Respected teachers and seniors and madams. Today's morning, we are here to give our presentation on the following topics. It's future vaccine of COVID-19 and the comparison of the COVID vaccine with the other viral diseases. So I am speaker number first, Prerna.
I am speaker number 2, Varsha Varbujar.
I am speaker number 3, Prajwal Runwal.
I'm speaker number 4, Dharmisha.
I'm speaker number 5, Kirti.
I'm speaker number 4 now.
Good morning, all the teachers and principal ma'am and all my classmates. I'm Pragya Sharma.
स्क्रीन शेयर हो रही है ना?
Yes.
Visible ना? So good morning. I am Prerna Gharu. My topic is COVID-19. So before we discuss about its future, we should know how much cases are around us. So there is a small data that around worldwide cases are 37.8 million. Death occurred due to this is 1.7 million and recovered cases are 26.1. In India, its cases are 6.98 million. Death occurred due to 1.07k and recovered cases are 5.99 million. In Russia, I mentioned Russia here because it provided the first vaccine which is verified. The cases are 1.29 million. Deaths occur due to 1.03 million and recovered cases are 22,966. There is an approx cases. In reality, there are much more cases and we can't find the exact ratio or exact data. In India, it started in the March, so the cases are 26 and it here is lockdown. But after the lockdown removes, the cases rises every day. So till June, the cases are 11,502. The cases rises every day, each minute and each second. The virus continue to spread at a slow burn. Intermittent lockdowns are the new normals and approved vaccine offers 6 months of protection, but international deal making has slowed its distribution. The coronavirus has spread slowly and become pandemic. COVID-19 cases have been confirmed in large number of countries, due to which the WHO on 11th March 2020 has characterized COVID-19 as pandemic. An intermittent lockdown disturbed our economy. An approved vaccine was given by Russia was Sputnik V, developed by the Research Institute in Moscow. Around the world, epidemiologists are constructing short and long-term projections as a way to prepare for and potentially mitigate the spread and impact of SARS-CoV-2, the virus that caused COVID-19. Around the world, epidemiologists, which are the public health professionals, they are searching a way to make situation less severe and by the impact of the COVID-19 and how to slow down its spreading. One of the University of Minnesota and colleagues published 3 potential scenarios of the future with the new coronavirus. Michael Osterholm is an epidemiologist and policy at the University of Minnesota. He provides us 3 possible scenarios with the future of the COVID-19. What seems clear is that end of 2020 won't be the end of the COVID-19. A new study by University of Minnesota Center for Disease Research and Policy has estimated that COVID-19 pandemic will likely last 60 to 70% gradually develop, and no one knows when was the immunity developed. This may be complicated by the fact that we don't know the duration of the immunity to natural SARS-CoV-19 infection. The pandemic disease may be influenced pandemic disease may be influenced by the vaccine. However, a vaccine will likely not be available until at least sometimes in two scenarios. The first scenario, the initial outbreak followed by the smaller waves. That was the first wave that we are in right now, will be followed by the smaller waves of the outbreak and release. हम जो फर्स्ट सिनेरियो है इसमें ये बोल रहे कोविड-19 इज फॉलोड बाय स्मॉलर वेव यानी केसेस जो है डिक्रीज हो जाएंगे. द फर्स्ट वेव ऑफ कोविड 2020 is followed by a number of smaller waves. It may be geographical, it may depend on what mitigation measures are in place. It requires some mitigation measures over 1 to 2 years. Depending on the situation, containment measures may be required again in places with subsequent spikes. Outbreak followed by the higher peak. In this scenario, the cases will increase. Case will drop after the initial outbreak, but when a deadlier or summer is came, it is followed by the smaller wave. But when the winter is came, the cases are rises. This will be followed by a smaller wave in 2021, after which herd immunity will kick in. Again, containment measures will be required in place with outbreak. The first wave of COVID-19 in spring and followed by the large waves in the winter. The third possible scenario, that the initial outbreak followed by a higher peak. In this scenario, cases will drop after the initial outbreak, but then it will be rises in the autumn or winter. This will be followed by a smaller wave in 2021, after which herd immunity will kick in. Followed by a slow burn of ongoing transmission and case occurrence, but without a clear wave pattern. इसमें कोई clear wave pattern नहीं होगा, कभी case increase होंगे, कभी case decrease होंगे. So there are the three possible scenarios which was given by the Michael. Lastly, the modelers agree on two things: that the COVID-19 is here to stay, and the future depends on lot of unknown, including weather changes, people develop lasting immunity to the virus, whether seasonality affects its spread, and perhaps most importantly, the choices made by the government, like lockdown, lot of Rosalind Ego, an infectious disease modeler at the London School of Hygienical Medicine. Modeler Rosalind Ego, she is a modeler, and she says that the COVID-19 depends on many things, that the future depends on many things, that lockdowns, weather changes, and many more things. Thank you.
Good morning, sir. Is slide visible? Good morning, sir. And my batchmates. Our today's topic is future of COVID-19. As Prerna Garu comes to know us about the three scenarios of future with new coronavirus and how the virus continues to spread at slow burn. So the engagement and has the COVID-19 pandemic has dominated our daily routine in 2020. As COVID-19 has affected day-to-day life and is slowing down the global economy, affected thousands of people who are either sick or are being killed due to the spread of these cases. And hence, scientists don't believe the virus is about to disappear anytime soon. It's only prepare ourselves for future outbreaks of COVID-19. The future will very much depend on how much social mixing resumes and what kind of precautions we do. To prepare ourselves from corona, wash your hands frequently, avoid touching your from successful lockdown suggests that behavioral changes can reduce the spread of COVID-19 if most, but not necessarily all people comply. The pandemic is now playing out in the same way from place to place. In many countries like China, New Zealand, Rwanda have reached a low level of cases after of varying lengths and while watching for flare-ups. On the other hand, In many countries like United States, Brazil, cases are rising fast after government lifted lockdowns quickly or never affected them nationwide. So basically, our future depends on how much preventions we do. Behavioral changes like making an effort to avoid public places and it include family behavior and social behavior. So to prevent from coronavirus in future, the people should be informed, be prepared, be smart, be safe, be ready to fight with COVID-19. And for the fighters which are fighting with coronavirus, we must be supportive, be careful, be caring, be COVID-19. Thank you.
Hello, good morning everyone. My name is Prashul Runwal and my topic is current vaccine. What is the type of vaccines and what you know about the vaccines? तो सबसे पहले हम बात करेंगे कि what is vaccine. तो vaccine is a substance used to stimulate the production of the antibody and the provide immunity against one or the several diseases. तो हम सबसे पहले बात करते हैं कि वैक्सीन क्या होती है. तो वैक्सीन एक सब्सटेंस जो स्टिमुलेट करता है प्रोडक्शन ऑफ द एंटीबॉडी और प्रोवाइड अपन को इम्यूनिटी प्रोवाइड करवाता है वन और द सीवरल डिजीजेस. Second thing is the how many types of the vaccine. तो many vaccine. तो सबसे पहले अपने पास आती है लाइव इम्यूनिटी वैक्सीन. क्या होती है? लाइव इम्यूनिटी वैक्सीन इज द कंटेन द होल बैक्टीरिया और द वायरस व्हिच हैव बीन वीकन सो दैट द क्रिएट द प्रोडक्शन और द इम्यून रिस्पांस बट डू नॉट कॉज द डिजीज इन हेल्थी पर्सन. तो जो लाइव अंदर कंटेंट जो होता है वो वोल बैठा होता है बट लेकिन जो बैक्टीरिया होता है वो वीकेंड होता है जिसकी वजह से वो पर्सन के अंदर डिजीज प्रोड्यूस नहीं करके उसको ओनली प्रोटेक्ट करता है और इम्यून रिस्पॉन्स देता है. लाइव एटेंडेंस क्रिएट द एज स्ट्रॉन्ग एंड द लॉन्ग लास्टिंग इम्यून रिस्पॉन्सेस. इसके जो एग्जांपल्स हैं वो है ट्यूबरक्लोसिस, मीजल्स की वैक्सीन, रोटावायरस वैक्सीन एंड येलो फीवर वैक्सीन. सेकेंड जो अपने पास टाइप है वो है इनएक्टिवेटेड, जिसे अपन ऑल्सो कॉल्ड एज किल्ड एंटीजन वैक्सीन भी बोलते हैं. इनएक्टिवेटेड कंटेन वोल बैक्टीरिया और द वायरसेस विच हैव बीन किल्ड. जैसा हमने देखा था कि लाइव एटेंडेड जो वैक्सीन थी उसके अंदर जो वायरस था वो वीकेंड था बट लेकिन वो लाइव था. बट लेकिन जो इनएक्टिवेटेड वैक्सीन होती है उसके अंदर जो बैक्टीरिया है वो भी बोल होता है बट लेकिन वो किल्ड बैक्टीरिया होता है. इसकी वजह से इनएक्टिवेटेड वैक्सीन डू नॉट ऑलवेज क्रिएट सच लॉन्ग लास्टिंग इम्यून रिस्पॉन्सेस. इसके एग्जांपल ऑफ द इनएक्टिवेटेड पोलियो वायरस वैक्सीन. थर्ड टाइप इज द सब यूनिट वैक्सीन जिसे हम प्यूरिफाइड एंटीजेंस भी बोलते हैं और एसेल्युलर वैक्सीन भी बोलते हैं. सब यूनिट वैक्सीन विच डू नॉट कंटेन एनी वोल बैक्टीरिया. जैसे हमने ऊपर दो पढ़ी थी अभी लाइव एक्टिवेटेड वैक्सीन एंड द इनएक्टिवेटेड वैक्सीन. इन दोनों के अंदर हमने पूरे वोल जो बैक्टीरिया था या वायरस था उससे हमने वैक्सीन बनाई थी. बट लेकिन सब यूनिट के अंदर हम वायरस या बैक्टीरिया का ओनली एक पार्ट लेते हैं जिसके अंदर कुछ भी हो सकता है लाइक शुगर है, प्रोटीन है. जैसे दिस टाइप ऑफ वैक्सीन कंटेन ओनली शुगर एंड द प्रोटीन फ्रॉम द सरफेस ऑफ द बैक्टीरिया और द वायरसेस. एसेल्युलर इसे इसलिए बोला जाता है क्योंकि इसके अंदर बोल सेल जो बैक्टीरिया की वो प्रेजेंट नहीं होती है. एंड द हीमोफिलस इन्फ्लुएंजा टाइप बी एंड द न्यूमोकोकल PCV7, PCV10 एंड PCV13. लास्ट है जो हेपेटाइटिस बी. कुछ बैक्टीरिया जो होते हैं वो टॉक्सिन्स रिलीज करते हैं बॉडी के अंदर जाने के बाद. उन टॉक्सिन से हम वैक्सीन बनाते हैं जिसे अपन टॉक्सॉइड वैक्सीन बोलते हैं. तो सम वैक्सीन when they attack the body, some vaccines are with the inactivated version of these toxins. They are called toxoid because they look like toxin but do not poisonous. जिसके एग्जांपल्स हैं वो है टिटेनस और टॉक्सोइड और डिप्थी. थैंक यू.
Is screen visible है?
Yes.
हाँ धर्मेश.
Good morning, everyone. I'm speaker number. I will be discussing about the current status of the COVID. We all know that there is no such particular vaccine. At more than 180 countries are. I'm going to tell you the current status are going under trial for the COVID-19. We are going to study about Russia's vaccine Sputnik. This was developed by Gamaleya Research Institute and launched on 11th of August 2020. ये first vaccine है जो रशिया के president की daughter को दी गई थी. And the second vaccine is Apivac Corona, developed by the Vector Research Institute of Alterology and Biotechnology. ये third stage of human trial के अंदर vaccine है जो 50 year and based on peptide vaccine है. The second country is China, 85NCoV, developed by the Casino Biologics. This vaccine is also under the third stage of human trial and based on recombinant vaccine. The second is CoronaVac, developed by the Sinovac Research and Development Corporation Limited. Status is that this vaccine is also on the third phase of human trial based on inactivated vaccines. So here are the vaccines which the Indians are currently working on. The Indian scientists are currently working on this National Institute of Virology. This vaccine is on the second phase of trial based on inactivated vaccine. VY-CoV-D, which is developed by Zydus Cadila. Status, second phase of trial based on DNA-based vaccine. The third one is Covishield, developed by Oxford University and AstraZeneca and Serum Institute of India. This is under the third phase of trial based on replication deficient viral vector vaccine. The US vaccines are mRNA 1273, developed by Modern Biotechnology Company. Status is it is under the third phase of human trial and based on mRNA-based vaccine. The second is J&J, developed by Johnson & Johnson. Status that this vaccine is also under the third phase of clinical trial and so this was it. I here take a leave. Now Kirti will continue.
Good morning, respected teachers and all my batchmates. Myself, Kirti Mehta, and our topic is comparison to the vaccine of.
हाँ.
हम तीन वैक्सीन को कंपेयर करेंगे. फर्स्ट वन इज H1N1 वैक्सीन which targets influenza strain A. Second is RBSV-ZEBUV recombinant vesicular stomatitis virus Zaire Ebola virus vaccine which targets Ebola Zaire virus. As we know, there is no such vaccine for COVID-19 is present yet. Currently, there are about 165 different vaccines for COVID-19 is being developed around the world. Across India and abroad, vaccine is being carried out in an unprecedented way. This is first time that a vaccine for a pandemic like this is being developed in such a fast manner. Russian adenovirus vector-based vaccine was registered by Russian Ministry of Health on August 11 and became the first registered COVID-19 vaccine on market named Sputnik V. अब हम जो भी पॉइंट्स कंपेयर करेंगे वैक्सीन्स के उसमें इसका स्पुतनिक वी का भी कंपैरिजन लेकर चलेंगे. इंट्रोडक्शन ऑफ वैक्सीन्स. H1N1 vaccine. This vaccination is used to prevent infection caused by the pandemic of 2009. The H1N1 vaccination is crucial to provide immunity against swine flu caused by influenza. Second is Ebola Zaire vaccine, recombinant vesicular stomatitis Zaire Ebola virus, also known as Ebola Zaire vaccine, live and sold under the brand Ervebu, is a vaccine for adults that prevent Ebola caused by Zaire Ebola virus. Corona vaccine. A corona vaccine is a theoretical treatment that would prepare a person's immune system for a select strain of coronavirus, thereby reducing the risk of infection. Sputnik V vaccine. On August 11, the Sputnik V vaccine, developed by Gamaleya Research Institute of Epidemiology and Microbiology, was registered by Ministry of Health of Russia and became the world's first registered vaccine against COVID-19 based on human adenoviral vector platform. टाइप के बेस पर देखें H1N1 vaccine is inactivated vaccine modified from killed virus particles. Ebola Zaire vaccine, it is recombinant replication competent vaccine. Corona vaccine is genetically engineered vaccine. Sputnik V is one such vaccine and uses viral vector genetically engineered vaccine. डोज के बेस पर देखें कंपैरिजन तो H1N1 vaccine 4 persons 10 years of age and older, 1 dose is recommended. For children who are 6 months to 9 years, 2 doses separated by 4 weeks. Ebola Zaire vaccine, it is a single dose vaccine regimen that has been found to be safe and protective against only the Zaire Ebola virus. 1 ml single dose vial. कोरोना के डोज की बात करें तो ट्रायल के बेसिस पर यह है कि सिंगल डोज इज नॉट सफिशिएंट, उसके लिए बूस्टर डोज भी रिक्वायर्ड होगी. आगे के जो पॉइंट्स है वो सोनम आपके साथ डिस्कस करेंगी. थैंक यू. थैंक यू.
Good morning, everyone. I am Sonam, speaker number 6, and I will continue the topic. So here, screens को visible है. We see the administration of vaccines. So in H1N1 vaccine, the route of administration is intramuscular injection. This was applied in the upper arm in the deltoid muscle. As you see in this picture, and VSV EBO-V in all clinical trials, this was administered in intramuscular regimen that has previously been shown to be the protective soon after administration in NHP. In coronavirus, Sputnik V is the first vaccine which route of administration is intramuscular. So how does it work? In H1N1 vaccine, influenza virus vaccine work by exposing you to immunity to the disease. But ये जो वैक्सीन है, ये एक्टिव इन्फेक्शन जो आपकी बॉडी में पहले से डेवलप है उसको ट्रीट नहीं करता है. So VSV ZEBOV, it is a recombinant replication competent vaccine consisting of a vascular stomatitis virus modified to express a glycoprotein which catalyzes a neutralizing immune response to virus. So in coronavirus, the S protein basically जो human cell होता है उसके surface पे एक S प्रोटीन अटैच होता है. तो ये जो कोरोना वैक्सीन बनाई जा रही हैं ये उस प्रोटीन को अटैच होने से रोकता है, प्रिवेंट करता है, जिससे कि वो वायरस रिप्रोड्यूस ना हो हमारी बॉडी में. सो इन स्पुतनिक वी Sputnik V uses viral vector, and adenovirus acts as the vehicle delivering a gene belonging to SARS-CoV. Now, effectiveness of vaccines. In H1N1 vaccine, in unvaccinated adult, about 16% symptoms similar to the flu, while about 10% of vaccinated adults do. Vaccination decreased confirmed cases of influenza from about 2.4 to 1.1%. एंड इसमें एज इट इज कोई साइड इफेक्ट्स नहीं पाए गए थे. VSV EBOV in December 2016, a study found that this vaccine is to be 95 to 100% effective against the Ebola virus. In corona vaccine, Sputnik V, the vaccine thus triggers the body, which develops some immunity to one type of vector after the first intake. Clinical trial of the vaccine has demonstrated positive results with 100% of volunteers developing strong immunity with no side effects. Means इस वैक्सीन से अभी तक कोई साइड इफेक्ट्स नहीं पाए गए हैं, बट जो वॉलंटियर्स इसके लिए पार्टिसिपेट जिन्होंने किया था उनमें 100% इम्यूनिटी डेवलप हुई है. So now we see some side effects of these vaccines. In H1N1 vaccine, persons suffer from headache, muscle pain, chills, nausea, fever, vomiting. VSVZ EBOV, persons suffer from pain, joints and muscle ache, fatigue, and our participants report day-long exhaustion, fever and headache. ये जो सिम्टम्स है ये ओवरऑल जितने भी लोगों ने कोरोना वैक्सीन के लिए पार्टिसिपेट किया था उनके सिम्टम्स है. एंड स्पेशली स्पुतनिक वी के लिए approximately 14% of trial have small complaints of weakness, muscle pain for 24 hours, and occasionally increase of body temperature. So here is a storage condition. In H1N1 vaccine, it was stored in 2 to 8 degrees Celsius and protected from sunlight. It must not be frozen. Its shelf life of the vaccine is 12 months when stored at this temperature, and the expiry date is mentioned on the container label. VSV EBOV, the Ebola vaccine need to be kept at a temperature of -80 degrees Celsius. This vaccine storage device uses jet fuel to keep the right temperature for up to 5 days. So this is all about the presentation. Thank you so much.